Nintendo, the company that will sue anybody for every little thing. Oh, what's that? Your cat's name is Yoshi? Lawsuit. You got a Legend of Zelda tattoo? Lawsuit. You emulated a game that Nintendo no longer supports? Lawsuit. Your name is Mario and you come from Italy? Lawsuit. The worst company you could possibly be a fan of has just revealed their latest console, the Switch 2. The most anticipated console of the decade has finally been revealed, and oh boy does it disappoint. The Nintendo Switch was what the Wii U wanted to be. It was a successful console that can be played anywhere. You can play it in your house, the car, a plane, in school, you name it. You can play this console anywhere. The Switch is Nintendo's most successful console, second to the DS. Released on March 3rd, 2017, the Switch quickly became a fan favorite, with amazing games such as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Splatoon 3, and so much more. It was definitely the success Nintendo wanted it to be. But as the years went by, the console became obsolete. Have you ever actually tried to play a third-party game on the Switch? It's the most agonizing experience known to man. It makes a Chromebook look like a NASA gaming engineering masterpiece. Now, to be fair, it is expected considering the fact that the Switch got released in 2017. Gamers have been begging for a brand new console, so much so that somebody probably used a monkey's paw to spawn in the new console. We did get a brand new console, but it's not exactly what we wanted. When news broke out about the Nintendo Switch 2, people were wondering if the new console is gonna be able to compete with the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is a popular handheld device that is practically a portable gaming PC released in 2022. This handheld device was expected to be the Switch killer, and in a way, it is. With far superior specs and the ability to emulate Nintendo games, it became the king of portable gaming. This console shed light to a fact that nobody in the world can deny. And that fact is, if Nintendo didn't have any exclusive games, they would have gone bankrupt years ago. Think about it, if you could play any Nintendo game on any other console other than the Switch, would you still be playing the Nintendo Switch? Probably not. Okay, let me correct myself. They wouldn't go bankrupt, but they would definitely struggle to make as much money as they're making right now if they did not keep their games exclusive. This is probably why they go after anybody who dares emulate their games. They will send children to court if they have to. Everybody, including Nintendo fans, know that this company will protect their IPs to the fullest extent of the law, because their IPs are the only thing that this company has putting them together. The Switch can't compete with modern consoles such as a PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X or the Soulja Boy console. These consoles are so powerful that it makes the Nintendo Switch obsolete. Why would you get a Nintendo Switch when you could get a console that has 5 times the power than this outdated console? But thankfully, the Nintendo Switch 2 will come out with better specs, a stronger battery life, and will be neck to neck with its competitors. Right? Well, yes, but actually, well, no. The Nintendo Switch is gonna come out with a steep price of $500. $500. Do you know what you could get for $500? You could get an Xbox Series X, you could get a PlayStation 5, you can get a Steam Deck for $500. The base model Steam Deck, which is better than the Switch right now, is $400. Call me out if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Steam Deck is way better than the Switch 2. As far as we know, the Steam Deck is stronger than the Switch 2. Look, I understand the Switch 2 hasn't been released, but I can confidently say that it's not gonna be anything special. The original Switch struggles to play anything that doesn't come out of Nintendo, and whatever online service Nintendo offers is nothing compared to the Xbox or PlayStation consoles. Their online services offer amazing things, such as playing a century-old game, or barely being able to play online without the game acting like you got McDonald's public Wi-Fi. The Nintendo Switch demo, you know, the thing that every console gives you so you can check out its new features, it's not gonna be free. That's right, the Nintendo Switch 2 demo will cost money. I don't care if the demo is cheap. I don't care if it costs $5, $1, 10 cents, 5 cents. As long as you have to pay for it, that is a scam. That's the definition of a scam. If paying for a demo isn't the definition of a scam, then I don't know what is. You're paying $500 for a console and you still have to pay for a demo? The audacity! Here's another slap to the face by Nintendo to the gaming industry. The games are gonna cost $80. $80 for a single game. Oh, what's that? You want a physical copy? That'll be $90, please. $90 to play a remake of a century-old game. I guarantee you that the graphics on the Nintendo Switch 2 are not gonna be as impressive as a PlayStation 4, a PS4. Everyone is cheering about how the Nintendo Switch is gonna have 4K graphics and 120 frames per second, as if that hasn't been done before. As if the PlayStation Pro, a console released in 2016, or the Xbox Series S, a budget console released in 2020, haven't done that already. Nintendo isn't releasing anything new. They aren't doing anything special. Oh wow, another Mario Kart game? game as if we haven't been playing the exact same Mario Kart game for the last 10 years. Like, they couldn't even bother releasing a brand new Mario Kart game for their newest console. They grabbed a pre-existing game on a console that came out in 2012, and then they just shoved it into the Switch. And what do Nintendo fans do? They cheered. They cheered for the bare minimum. Look, I'm not bashing on Nintendo fans. I love Nintendo. I get it. But when they do the bare minimum and expect us to pay $90 for a game and $500 for a console that offers nothing new is insulting. What's the gimmick for this new console? Oh wow, it's portable? You mean like the Steam Deck? The console that's cheaper and it's a gaming PC that you could take anywhere? You mean that one? Again, the console, as far as we can tell, is nothing special. Look, I wouldn't have a problem with the Nintendo Switch 2 if it wasn't charging as much as a more powerful console. That's like Honda trying to sell a Honda Civic, you know, a nice little car, for the same price as a brand new BMW M4. Like, why would you settle for the bare minimum at such an outrageous price? Oh, by the way, apparently the Switch 2 is gonna have a worse battery life than the original Switch. $500, by the way. If Nintendo can get away with charging $90 for a basic game where you drive a little cart around, imagine what other companies are gonna try to do. People were shocked when they heard that GTA 6, the most anticipated game known to men, is gonna cost up to $100. How could you possibly compare Grand Theft Auto 6, a game that is expected to be more realistic and have better graphics than Red Dead Redemption 2, to Mario Kart? What could you possibly add in Mario Kart that could justify a $90 price tag? Wow, you get to play as a cow? No way! Guys, you get to play as a fish? Guys, the bar is set so low that playing as a fish is worth $90 to Nintendo. Oh yeah, and the Nintendo Switch 2 also has a built-in mic for voice chatting. Again, their competitors have already done that, but that's not the hard part to hear. They want to charge for in-game chatting. What an insult to injury. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a button that is literally pay to use. You cannot use the button unless you pay for a subscription. Now I get it, Xbox and PlayStation charge to play online, but remember, the original Nintendo Switch subscription gave you nothing but a bunch of old games to play with. Like, really? PlayStation gives you free games every single month, but all you have to offer is some old game that we played like 20 years ago. I used to play on the Switch a lot, and I remember playing Mario Kart online, and guys, let me tell you, it was agonizing. The lobbies look like they're being supported by a server that is just in the middle of a Burger King using their Wi-Fi. It is so bad. I couldn't believe I was paying for that. So the fact that they're charging people to play online and advertise online chat as a brand new feature is an insult. There are retro consoles that have discovered online chat years ago, but let's all sit here and pretend that this is a brand new feature. Do I sound like a negative Nancy? Yes. Are my feelings justified? Absolutely. The Switch 2 is not only trying to get away with charging absurd prices, but it is definitely gonna push the gaming industry into a dystopian nightmare. Friendly reminder that a cow riding a motorcycle is worth $90 to them. Guys, by their logic, Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna be worth thousands of dollars. I'm actually losing my mind right now. How can you justify $90 on Mario? Oh, by the way, it doesn't even come in the little cartridge. Oh, that's right. It doesn't come in the cartridge. You have to download the game from the physical copy to play it. You are paying to download a game. I'm losing my mind. I'm actually losing my mind. Nintendo is making me lose my sanity right now. You're paying $90, an extra $10 from the digital copy to put in a cartridge and download it. You can't put the cartridge and play the game. You have to download it. What an insult, ladies and gentlemen. Like, the Switch 2 is making bad decisions after bad decisions. But one good thing did come out of the Switch 2, and that is the mods that the original Switch is gonna get the second it stops being supported by Nintendo. That's what I love about old Nintendo consoles, that they're so easy to mod. Like, with mods, you can play older games, you can change the console's theme, and you can even mod the games themselves. And it's amusing to watch Nintendo get angry at its fans for modding their old consoles. Like, as if anyone's gonna pay $100 for a DS game. Honestly, why does Nintendo care about people modding their Wii, DS, or old gen consoles? Like, it's not like they're profiting off of a third-party market. Like, if I buy Mario Kart DS from some guy on Facebook Marketplace, Nintendo, the developers, investors, and whoever else is expected to care is not gonna get a cut. So what's the difference between that and just emulating the game? Nintendo goes out of their way to prevent people from modding their consoles only to gain absolutely nothing from it. But you know what? That's a story for another day. I know mods already exist for the Switch right now, but it's gonna be much easier when Nintendo shifts their priorities to the newest console. But yeah, that's about it. The Nintendo Switch 2 makes me angry. I hate it. And that's about it. Yeah, this is Mother Talks. Have a good one.